Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of the Late Night Show with Airy Sky. So I told Zoe I was going online. It wasn't her choice; it was mine. First of all, we better get this out of the way. This is as you can see, Zoe's gonna probably be like, "Why is the lights down?" Well, let's just say lights down because um the light is down due to the fact that um, they produce a lot of heat. And this morning, Chloe looked at me funny. No offense, Chloe. She's been moody today. As you can see, the dishes are still piling up. They're slowly going down, but not fast enough. So today we're going to be talking about prepping, noobs, etc., etc. Now, I watched some videos last night Higgins gave me on radios. Now, there is a way to boost the signal to these radios if you're using them as field radios. You can get a base station radio. Now, deserves a gift card because he's been sending me the links and everything else in between. So, basically, and just to let you know, for you preppers out there, our mascot is Moppy. Moppy the mascot. Come here. Oh, yeah. See, isn't he adorable? His name is Moppy the mascot. So I don't know if Fanny's going to be here. It is. I have an announcement to make also. So, yeah. Public service announcement, a PSA. So we're going to be testing out some radios next month. We don't know if we're going to go with Myrrh or something else. We'll find that out soon enough. Um, but anyway, shall we get down to brass tacks today? Because I want to get done. I want to get this video done as fast as possible because I want to move along on other issues. Now, you're probably wondering, memory of Capi, what is that? Well, it's my sister Capri. Capi for short. Capi committed suicide last year. So, for some of you thinking of suicide, please get some help. Mental health is always appreciative because it helps you out. I've lost three people to suicide in my life, and I don't support it. So please try to get some help. Now, for some of you out there, it's Cappy's birthday today. She would have been 52. No, she would have been 53 today. Yeah, go figure. 53. So Higgins turned around and told me I should have kicked him. Couldn't kick Higgins while he's sleeping. Come on, Higgins being funny that he is. He does got a sense of humor to a point. So I got my email application opened up. I have my email opened up. I'm trying to get the work set up for you guys real quick. Got the radio going. Chloe's out getting dog food. Uh, Amazon hasn't shipped us our dog food supply yet. We're on one of those plans where they take out X amount and ship out. So apparently there's a dog food shortage. So everyone is in a thing. And this is something I want to share with you all. If you are a subscriber to Amazon and you subscribe to, say, 5 to 30% every month, then I'd like to say for the record, please wait and see how that plays out because plays out due to the fact that there's a lot of shipping problems. So, on a side note, today the manager emailed me or wrote me, and this apparently this is the new key to the laundry room. Apparently, the someone in the world decided to cripple the vandalized laundry room. Rumor has it they also slowly, supposedly, took out the laundry machine, so they had to replace them. Apparently, someone was desperate to sell coin-operated laundry machines or something. So this is the crap that we got to go through in a daily basis here in a place. This is why some people call this place the ghetto. So So, first of all, a lot of people have asked me in the state of Washington, food stamps, are they coming in? Yada, yada, yada. Yes, they are. The extended. Apparently, Chloe was telling me today she's upset that she's so paranoid about the having her rights taken away. I said, then go vote. I mean, literally, no one cares. So, anyways, she's that worried. She's in a blue state, should be protected. So, pricing, I'm looking at pricing. A lot of stuff is sold out. My buy it now pro paper is everything went up in price. What was her name? Fanny. She was saying there's a candy shortage. There's a candy shortage. There's a wheat shortage. There's a rye shortage. Yada yada yada. Barley shortage. In certain states, so things are going up in price. People can't get things. And if wheat makes flour, flour is short. People are stockpiling like crazy. So again, your pricing. I'm just going through this for the foods. Real quick. Soda went down in price. Candy's gone up in price. Candy's going through the roof right now due to the fact that what I paid $8 for is now $30. So gotta basically be careful. Ramen has gone up. Wow, look at that. Ramen went up. 30%. So apparently, okay, so we're not going to get into politics here. This ain't a politics, but this is a prepping channel. So there's two options I see coming down the pipe here, okay, for pricing. And this is for pricing one and pricing whatever. So we're going to go over to the preppers list. I'm going to post a link for you guys. It won't take too long. I have a preppers list for you all, and the preppers list will be changed to the 2023 preppers list as well. Right now, it's the 2022 prepper list. So the preppers list is literally a list that talks about what what can and can't be bought. So yeah, not can and can't be bought. It is a model or a example of what you guys should be looking into buying for the almighty prepping. So, um, oh yeah, Gabby. So basically, Higgins, of course, I'm not rude. Higgins didn't say anything about this. Apparently, I got my email. Apparently, email's running slow. So anyways, so um, anyways, Higgins did answer email. So how are you doing, Gabby? So let's just get over the list real quick. Gabby, I know, was upset the other day about paper towels being used. So Ziploc bags. Let's just say they're going up in price. That's something you need to look at. I'm not going to go through everything. Raisins went up in price again. Let's just say most of your food stuff, your stuff you can survive, your trail mix, your protein shakes, up in price. Your flour went up. Basically, the food price is going up. Now, it's going up immensely. So, um, you have two problems here, okay? One is I'm not going to go into politics, okay? But I will tell you, for the record, um, that ever since the Reserve Federal Chairman opened his chili oil, prices went up again. That was his tactic to get even with the Democrats. He was energizing the base because of it. Now, rumor has it they want to take away same-sex marriage. Supreme Court came out and said it, so technically now that's energizing the Democrats. It's like whatever the Supreme Court's doing, they're really afraid of the next election cycle for president. So they're doing everything they can to stonewall the Republicans. That's how I see it. That's why I said no politics here, but that's how I see it. But if the Republicans are really getting nailed because the Supreme Court justices that they're a lifetime position, they could rule whatever they want, but maybe they're afraid of the current whoever's going to run for president in 2024. So I think we still need to prep. Canned meats again went up in price thoroughly. Some canned meat sold out. Says we don't know if it's coming back into stock. So canned meats are going through the roof. Have anyone checked out Keystone tuna? Yeah, tuna went up in price. Oysters went up in price. Crab meat went up in price. Mackerel fillets went up in price. Kippered snacks, stuff I wouldn't eat, but still it's part of the list. Um, Sardines, anchovies, etc., baby clams, it all went up in price. So anything that's food related has gone up in price. The non-essential items went down in price. Televisions, for example, portable TVs went down in price. Certain items, certain items on the list was sold out. Basically, compasses are being sold out. Apparently, I'm looking at the compasses now. Some are sold out. Some are almost sold out. Magnifying glass, uh, what do you call it? Um, um, Vitamins, that they're the same, but over-the-counter meds, they're going up in price. Uh, Certain items, yeast for making bread, sugar went up in price. Maple syrup went up in price. Salts dropped, so you should get your salt when you can. Batteries are the same. Actually, these batteries are sold out, so everything that's recommended have been sold out mostly. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, bar soap has sold out or gone up in price by twofold. So, shaving cream is the same. So, razor blades have gone up twofold, almost threefold. So, just to let you know, ibuprofen, naproxen, and Tylenol. Fishing lures have dropped in price. Just to let you know, they're dropping in price. So, if you want to keep fishing rod on hand to go fishing, those went down in price. Other fishing rods stayed the same. They restocked their canning pots and canning jars, so those are, price went down. The For prepping the portable radios or the uh, world band radios, they are the same. So just to let you know, they haven't dropped. They are the same. First aid kits, they're selling out like hotcakes. Certain preppers books selling out like hotcakes. Coolers have gone down in price again. Um, Certain ramen is gone down in price. By the way, the ones that I eat went up in price again by like $3. Toilet paper hasn't gone down yet. It's gonna probably go through the roof some more because and paper towels. And the reason for paper towels, toilet paper being the way it is, sorry, Gabby, I'm going to actually go and check on the comments, is paper towels, toilet paper, food, water, etc. is basically all essential items. Non essential items are, I love ramen. I mean, the ramen I eat, Gabby, is these. I eat these types the most. I eat Nongshim Premium. See Nongshim. And then the other ones that I love so dearly is the piquant chicken. A little spicy, but not too spicy. Really tasty. Highly recommend it. This stuff has gone up so much money, it ain't funny. It's like everyone wants the mild flavor of spice, the thing. So, you know. So, but the Nong Shim, you can get 20 Nong Shims for about $21 currently. I have probably like 30 cases sitting in the back for prepping purposes only. So, you see, you get something like that. Someone wants to raid your house and they see you have nothing but pure spicy ramen and their stomach can't take spice. Well, that means what are they going to raid your house for if they do? The Nam Shims are really good. I mean, they're on Amazon. I buy them by the case. You can get them in 4 packs. You can get them in bowls. You can get them in cups. Basically. Let me see if I can find you the link. So you can see what I'm talking about. Nong Shim. There you go. So the right here is there. No, you don't want that one. Basically, the Nongshim, you got Nongshim Black, which is really spicy. Nongshim Bowl is, I'm trying to find the, I can't find it offhand, because of whatever, but, I'll just give it to you this way. They're premium. Yeah, so Nongshim and Nongshim Black are like me and hubby's favorite ramen, so we highly recommend that. So another thing that's gone up in price again is canned foods. Dinty Moore, Beanie Weenies. Beanie Weenies, one set went down in price, but most baked beans went up. Certain baked beans went down. But most of the baked beans are going up in price. Canned stuff, card games, like I said, they're the same. Those are non-essential. Water has gone up. Bottled water has gone up. So unless you're willing to invest in that, uh, AA battery, Philips, Remington, Panasonic, Norelco, and Braun AA battery portable shavers are gone up in price. So you need to. The coffee has gone up again in price. That's an essential. Basically, someone just emailed me and said, "Have you seen the coffee of Hills Brothers?" And I said no, and now I'm looking at it. It is $20 a can. So think about that. Another thing that went down in price is the cast iron 5-piece sets that I highly recommend. The Dutch oven would come in handy in case of an SHTF situation due to the fact you can bake anything. Um, rolled oats. The rolled oats went down in price. Rolled oats is highly recommended. Those little Keebler crackers with the cheese, those went down in price. Chloe decided to do me a favor and go out for me, so that's why I sent her out. Keebler crackers. Evaporated milk, condensed milk went down and went up in price. Sorry about this. Got to do this real quick for you guys. So, you know, this is all they sell at the store size wise. There you go. So at the grocery store currently with the food shortage, this is all the sizes that they're selling. So we ordered large cases and they haven't come in yet. There you go. See, he's happy. He's got his food and his water. Good boy. Yeah. Eat up. He always takes his food with his mouth in it. So let's continue, shall we? Mac and cheese. Some mac and cheese went up in price. This one actually went down $9. So went down. It was like $20 a box. So went down in price, something like that. Cheddar crackers are the goldfish crackers went down in price. Coats have gone up. The coats I recommend went up $20. Percolators have dropped, so your non-essential items have dropped. Same with your Coleman stuff. Your pet foods are sold out or actually hard to get a hold of. That's why I recommend buying 25-pound bulk bag of bunny food 3 times a year for pellets. And right here, it's just showing $45 to $55 for a medium-sized bag of dog food. Another thing that went up, like I said, food-wise, is your beef jerky, your beef sticks. They went up in price due to the fact that, again, it is protein. Same with pistachio nuts. Certain non-essential items went down in price. Fanny was saying, you do a lot with nuts the other day. You can. It's a source of salt if you're needing to resalt yourself and rehydrate quickly. Salt and nuts and water. Unfortunately, your nuts are going up in price due to the fact that, it's a form of protein. Canned corned beef hash went up in price. Stuff like that, you got to look at the pricing and that. Canned meat went up in price, lunch meats. Those little cooked Danish hams, the ones that they sold in the 1 pound cans, they went up in price. Spam is gone up in price too. Spam's going through the roof. trying to get a hold of just basic spam is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. A lot of people also, just to let you know, is trying to get a hold of the multi-flavored spam, like the spam bacon, spam jalapeno, spam whatever. That is, powdered milk and powdered butter is sold out right now. Food in a box, dehydrated stuff went up in price. Some went down in price. Certain things went down, but there's a lot of dehydrated stuff that's raised in price. We're almost at the bottom of the list. So basically, I'm looking. Some things went down. Food in a bucket went down in price because everyone knows that the food in a bucket is not that tasty. Double bag sleeping bags are down in price. That is what I recommend for you guys if you have no power and you need to stay warm. For example, Gabby and her man can stay in one sleeping bag and be nice and toasty as long as each of them don't toot in it. That's why they nicknamed the sleeping bag the fart bag, because it usually contains the fart within the bag. See, I got a little sense of humor. Swiss Army knives went down in price. Canvas tents and tents. Some tents went down in price, some went up. It depends. If you got a bug out, you need to find out if you're going to bug out with canvas, which you don't want to have one person carrying a backpack with a canvas tent that's 30 pounds and someone else carrying 20 pounds just for the rods. Now, if you need a canvas tent as an emergency, just in case, say, in your special area in your cellar, in case tornado comes through and wipes out your house, then you keep it down there. Lanterns are the same price. Unfortunately, it's the propane and the kerosene and the Coleman gas that's the problem. Propane and Coleman, etc. Matches have gone down in price a bit. Emergency bucket food is the same. So there you have it. So everything on the preppers list is that. I was looking at this. The delivery date, they're trying to move the delivery date back. Soon as people get their food stamps in, by the way, on certain foods, no offense, on certain foods, I guess the browser froze again. I'm always having browser problems with frickin' Chrome. So I'm using whatchamacallit, um, uh, Firefox. So, anyways, let's continue. So, tents are really good. It depends on how big you want a tent, too, Gabby. You want a dome tent, you want a cabin tent, or do you want a canvas tent? Canvas tents, let me just tell you, for preppers out there, canvas tents is a bitch, okay? You get a canvas tent, you're carrying 20 to 30 pounds of steel poles, plus about 50 pounds for the canvas. I was doing a report the other day where someone asked me about reviews for bug outs, just in case, what they'd recommend for a canvas tent for two people. Two people. Two-person canvas tent was 50 pounds for the canvas and 20 pounds for the freaking rod. So he said, what about four? Four is like 80 pounds for the canvas and like 35 pounds for the poles. So the higher or bigger you go, the more likely. However, the difference between a canvas tent and a non-canvas tent is that if you get the right canvas tent or the right tent, Gabby's probably sitting there with wide eyeballs, you can actually put a little wood burning stove in it, stay in it 4 seasons, and then move like the nomads. Your kids might like that idea, but still, there's Cabela's makes some nice tents, has 2 wood stove jacks too. Now the old big army tents, they hold up to 3 wood stove jacks. My favorite ramen is Dongshim and or the Dongshim Red and then the Maryuchan. So my two favorites are right here. I always keep them in stock in case the SHT situation. See, Dongshim and Maryuchan Picante Chicken. Those are my two favorites. So anyways, so tonight I gotta tell Chloe this before we continue. Give me 1 second. I think Gabby's gonna laugh at this. I don't know. So, for some of you who just tuned in, we're talking prepping. Others, I want to say for the record, my sister committed suicide last year. I don't know if Gabby heard this. She is one of my moderators. My sister committed suicide a month later. My niece did. Today would have been my sister's 53rd birthday. She lived in the state. So, without further ado, where the fuck did she put? Yeah, you know what? This will work just fine. So, it seems I'm having a problem with ice. But anyways, thanks to Zoe, not Chloe, I said Zoe. What I'm going to need to do is, this will work. I don't have to move far. So, a good way to keep your knives clean. There we go. That works. Alright, so my sister took her life. She would have been 53 today. So, without further ado, thanks to Zoe, also known as Jenna Gump, Jane Walker, 10-year Scotch. I'm going to celebrate with my sisters with a drink tonight. One drink because that's all I want. There we go. Cheers to my sister, Capi. This is Jane Walker, 10-year Scotch. Jane Walker, limited edition. You can see it's got the woman. For some of you wondering, was it yesterday? Yeah. This ain't leaking again, is it? No. There we go. Okay, so cheers and my Jane Walker glass for my sister. So basically, my sister Teddy called me last year. It was June. No, it was May 27th. It was June like 25th or something. She said, "Oh, I've been trying to get a hold of you, but you're hard to get a hold of." I said, "Okay, what is it?" And she said, "Are you well aware that your sister, Capi," I said, "Oh, I know Capi, lives south of me, died." Well, I went and got the coroner's report. So, in memory of my sister, usually I told myself I'd be stingy with this, but you know, this morning I was playing Animal Crossing, and I was thinking of her. This has a dark chocolatey overtone, so I could help you with a tint. You'll have to find me on Instagram, though. I can give you some links, or you can email me directly, Gabby, and I can help you with what you need. You just tell me what you need specifically, and I'll get to work in between. Hmm. So, you know. So, for some of you out there, I don't want to spend too long tonight, but you guys get the idea. So, let's talk about a project I am working on. So, as you all know, I've been working on Animal Crossing. I also have soup for dinner tonight. And the next time I have a tutor will be on the 12th of September, due to the fact that it's my grandmother's birthday. My mother's is the 15th. I think Poppy's is the 12th. And then, you know, then we don't have any more celebrations until, you know, whenever. So, secret is not to drink too much. You know, that's the secret. Me, you only do it on special occasions. So, for you preppers out there that are new to the channel, the list in the chat box will tell you what to get. And by the way, Gabby, if you look at that list, I'll give it to you once more. That list will literally tell you, Gab. And somewhere in the preppers list, you can find some family-sized tents. That might be kind of a little pricey, but that will tell you exactly what you're looking for. And if that isn't what can help you, then let me know, and I will try to find something for you because I am very helpful. You know, I also need to give you guys in the chats to contact me my email address because of my prepping channel. Yeah. So, anyways, so basically, Higgins and I are talking about gifts. You know, I thought about giving Higgins a gift card. He's helping with the list. He's helped me out with many things. I'm helping him with Social Security, his disability claim. He actually is in panic mode right now, so I'm trying to get in touch with him. But you know, he's half out of it, old man Higgins. You know, so let me just go over to my box here. Actually, I need to go to settings. That's right here. And I'm going to cut and paste my email address for, you know, my emails. So for some of you trying to contact me, you can email me at sanjuanislandprepper@yahoo.com. You can contact me here at San Juan Island Prepper at Yahoo. Yes, I know. Gabby's probably laughing her butt off at Yahoo. You can contact me at San Juan Island Prepper at AOL too. So I have AOL and Yahoo. So anyway to look at it, I don't want to give my actual email address out. So, you know, unless I know you personally, Gabby, I know personally. I've talked to her on the phone many times. So my thing is unless you want to get in touch with me, we also have a website I'm going to be paying premium for. So I have my own domain for you preppers out there. The list is already up there on the blog. I just don't want to give you the link until I have the domain, which they charge like $20 a month, which I'm trying to decide if that's going to be worth it for you preppers out there or whatever. But that's my email address for prepping purposes, or if you have any suggestions, or if you want to send me a gift card or something, you know, for the channel, you know, that's the thing. We always take gift cards, donations. So for a project I'm working on, which is really big, I know a guy wanted to send me something with Zelle the other day. I don't take Zelle. Zelle's a big scam thing, you know. So So Gabby can look at the tent. She's just got to scroll through her. That's the master list for the preppers list. I can't think I can squeeze anything more into it unless Higgins tells me. So we have people have asked me about radios. How come it's not on the list? Because we're still testing the radios now. As long as we have plenty of time before SHTF, we are going to be testing various radios out. Not just one type, but all types. These are FRS. Now, I think I know how to boost signal to these, which requires a base station, which Higgins and I are working on the radios for GS. And by the way, GSRM requires a license of $35 per household. So these are FRS. They're free. MERS are free. But FRS and MERS don't go that far. These went to about a mile and crapped out. So we might be able to extend it to a mile and a half to 2 miles if we use something like a GSRM 5 watt or even higher. Now, I think if I look at the list, which I'm going to go to real quick because I want to make sure I have the right information for you guys. One guy got with the FRS and a 5 watt GSRM. He went to approximately um, he went to approximately uh 8,000 feet. So give or take, that's what, almost a mile and a half. So a mile and a half ain't bad. So for just basically FRS radios, now it picks up GMRS. So what we're looking for is GMRS radios, which means right. That's a CB. CB will be on the list to test eventually, but um, this one's 5 watt. So 5 watt, is approximately, again, could go to and it comes with an antenna. So what we might need to do is buy a thing to plug in. So one of the things I would recommend is looking at these radios. This is 15 watt, and then asking if you could set this up to be a in-mounted car, or does it have to be mounted in a car, or can it be mounted at home or set up as a home base station? They say that the wattage is too much power, then you might basically have to cut yourself down to whatever. So I'm going to basically ask a question real quick on Amazon. I love Amazon's questions. Helps for you preppers out there. It's a tip I want to leave with you today. I have also another preppers tip for you noobs out there. So there we go. So what you do is you go and ask the question, and then you go down here to post your question. See, then you hit post. And then they tell you, please, whatever. All right, so keep me posted. I hate when they tell me I need to keep signed in. I hate when Amazon does this to me. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go down the list. We have 5 other questions to ask, and I cut and pasted to each model because this is one of the tips that you really want um, for it. And then you go down the list like this and just hit post your question. Yeah, all right. So then what you do is you go and you do it this way. Now, if they don't have any questions to be answered, well, that's fine and dandy. Some people say you can't do it, some people say you can. That's why you need to know before you purchase something that's kind of off the beaten path. This is a GMS, okay. And so, apparently it pairs up with the FRS and the GMRS handheld. So that's why. So what I do is I do the cut and paste, so, and once you're done and you ask your questions, you just let them trickle in by email. And if it doesn't come in by email, then, but one of the prepping tools that I want to tell you about tonight that's very important to me, everyone, is as a woman, if you have your doubts about buying something, always post your questions on Amazon. Amazon has a great network of market sellers. For example, Gabby wants to say, how many people will this tent hold? You can sit there and say, 4, 6, 8. Just depends on how big of whatever Gabby, wants to do. So there we go. So we got everything done, and now we're waiting to see what's going on. Higgins, you are amazing. So he emails and says, I got more poop paper today. Yeah, probably your old mom paid for it. See, I like poking fun at him. So he says, so I said, roll on floor laughing. I bet your old mom paid for it too. He has no income. So, when he basically brags about that, it's like the other day I was talking about those little chickens, right? Those little Cornish game hens, rotisserie chicken, same thing. So, on that aspect. So, anyways, so let's get down to finishing this up because I do have things to do tonight. So, for you preppers out there, the second tip I want to give you tonight that's very important, besides using Amazon and picking the people's brains when you don't know anything, is I'm almost out of ice. Let's get some more, shall we? Is this should be good. There we go. See? So basically, I'm gonna have to have Chloe crack down on the ice eventually. Okay, so basically, the problem is problem is as a prepper, you need to use your tools and utilize them. Okay, so a lot of people say, well, how do I do this and do that? Well, first of all, budget, plan. Budget and plan go hand in hand. So, for example, Higgins know I'm looking at getting 2 radios this month, maybe even 4. We're already planning for it. And a gift card. Why? Because Higgins deserves the gift card. But at the same time, Higgins is the only one staying with me, and I like to pay it forward. I mean, think of it. Giving Higgins a gift card doesn't just say, look, have a gift card. It's also saying, you're part of the team. You're more of a team than most. I mean, the thing is people that are part of the team, they get benefits. I mean, Pee Wee was a part of the team, and she left, and I miss Pee Wee dearly. She can email me anytime. The thing is Higgins is basically sending me the links that's needed to make the decision for you preppers. I have to spend my own money, by the way, not like all you guys believing in the preppers like Pinball Man or Canada Man or Southern Man that gets freebies. I gotta pay for it all. So technically, think of who you would rather have on your side. Would you like some hilljack going, oh no, we're going to have World War III, you better buy all my crap now so you can stockpile it up for yourself? Or you want a legitimate, sincere, honest, wholehearted woman like me, it doesn't matter who I am, giving you the skinny and the backbone of your entire situation. I know Gabby would prefer me over these fucking milking motherfuckers out there. Excuse me for dropping the F bomb. Where are you having that? I mean, literally, what you got to do is think about it. I mean, the only thing I can thank my followers for Pee Wee and Zoe is the gifts. I mean, literally, the gifts have been nice. Pee Wee, come back. I'm not a leftist. Chloe, on the other hand, worried about the election. Well, we all should. We don't know which way it's going to go. This is why I keep telling you guys to prep. Second thing is I don't want to spend all night discussing videos and prepping, right? But I want to thank Zoe for this miraculous drink. And so the second tool besides budgeting is put towards X amount for your budget. Everything else, don't save money. You can put some towards silver or gold eagles, do it. If you need to basically stockpile food, do it. Food's the most important key, and water. Once those things run out, you're literally screwed. It's going to be every man, woman, and child for themselves. Think about it. I mean, you're talking to someone who spends half their day getting content for you guys for prepping, and the other half the day thinking about prepping, and the other half the day when payday comes ordering the prepping supplies. So I'm literally living on a month-to-month basis, planning everything carefully, and yet you guys see it firsthand from me. It's not easy, but so apparently I don't get a new present from Zoe till Christmas time. She wants Christmas stocking, so I'm gonna have to find a Christmas stocking, fill it with candies and coffees. Maybe she'll get 2 stockings from Santa this year. She deserves it, right? Look what she did. Cognac and a scotch. Yeah. Thank you, Zoe. So, second prepping tool that's very important. Remember, the second prepping tool is actually the number one prepping tool. Budget and plan it carefully. Don't do a half-assed job. And then that's number one. The second prepping tool, which is very important, is cut your corners if you can for your finances. And I'm not talking cutting your corners as in finances. I'm talking about what you don't need, cut, get rid of. Think of it. Honestly, think of it. Because frankly, when you look at the radio list or the preppers list, you got to realize we are doing this on our own dime. Look at Higgins. He's literally checking out the Baofeng series for you guys. He's literally paid for it out of his own money. So I figured I can contribute to Higgins' reimbursement to a point, let him get another radio or 2 to test. He's the radio guy. We're letting him test the radios out so he can literally work with us on our prepping channel to get you the best radios without breaking the law and ending up going to jail because you basically decided to use a ham radio for your communications. Now, which reminds me, I guess, your old dad hasn't called me. Let him call me, Last time he was being an ass anyway, right? So, the third major tool for prepping is this. Literally, you want YouTube. YouTube and Google going side by side, or DuckDuckGo, or Gopher, or whatever search engine you use. I don't like Bing. Is because you want to go side by side, read reviews, and watch reviews. Watching reviews are better than reading reviews. Reading reviews is usually a review where someone gives a 8 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 for a product they got for free. I'm basically buying the product. So frankly, I'll tell you what I think so far. For in the field, these are okay. However, you need to boost the signal. That's where we're basically having problems. And Midland's not giving me any suggestions. Uniden never emailed me back. So Uniden does not give 2 poopers if, quote, unquote, they get back to you. Literally, they didn't get back to me. Uniden didn't get back to me. Cobra didn't get back to me. Midland did. Midland is, and Baofeng, They don't care. Higgins says, oh, well, they got a good product for $25. Maybe, but they strive on customer service. So what if they don't get back to you? Unit and Baofeng demand that you have a model number. So if you don't own their product, they ain't talking to you. You better go and listen to I'm Not Rubicon or Not My Rubicon to get the info, because he does a great job at Baofeng products. But point is, use and utilize YouTube. YouTube is the only way you are going to, that's why you're here. You use YouTube. You don't think, oh, here's a snooty son of a bitch. Calling myself snooty son of a bitch. You see me as a honest person who's basically saying, look, I'm giving you the skinny right now. Midland has basically said, if you need something that can go through instructions, try the 15 water. But they didn't say, go ahead and buy it and test it out and let us know. If I have to spend my own money, which is fine by me, I'm going to give them the most terriblest review possible if it's crap. Now, if it sings and it gets through buildings and goes through the grocery store and ends up all the way to the halfway across the island, they're going to be getting, I live on an island, by the way, they're going to get a great review. But we have a lot of rolling hills and stuff, so, we have to basically see. Now, if I end up getting the FRS parrot and it works, then we know it's not the FRS. It's the basic base station. So your course is, like I said, oh, yeah. So your first priority on you new preppers is budget. Go through the list. Make sure you get your food and your water first. The second essential is to check YouTube out for reviewers. You YouTubers sit there and say, oh, well, what about this? What about that? Simple. Let's put it to you this way, for you noobs out there. He says hello. For you noobs out there, water and food. Now, if crap hits the fan, like they're saying, by 2023, you're going to need to stockpile your food now, your water now, and make sure you get your protein now. That means in the preppers list, you got protein shakes for those who want to drink their protein. They work just as a secondary backup. You want your canned meats. Your canned meats literally are being sold out. Remember, Pee-wee and I were talking about all the canned meats going through the roof. They're going through the roof, but the supply and demand. The demand's high, the supply's low. So prices through the roof. So, while some stores charge $3, other charges charging $5 for a can of Spam. Think about it. Your can of Spam could be $5 just because it's a canned protein. Canned protein. Now, for me, if I was going to do and ration my food, which might have to do in 2023, you're going to have to do like soups and breads and other items. And then the rest of the time, you turn around and you pay. Sundays, you go to church day. You can do Spam and mac and cheese, and you get your mac and cheese and your Spam. It works. Give me 1 second, people. This is Dad. Hello. What's up? Well, I had no doubt you were going to make it pull it off, How'd that go? Well, that's good to know. I'd say that's a blessing by itself. That's how I see it, So Chloe went to the store today, and she's been really moody today. She's been doing like she did like 3 loads of dishes, and still she's been like 3 weeks behind. So we got like glasses, and it was like, just Wash them, go to your room. Wash them, go to your room. Wash them, go to the room. Clean the kitchen and bathroom, and do everything in between while I'm sleeping. I mean, it's not my job to clean up your mess, is what I said. Well, she's in her room with the door closed, but she went out tonight to get dog food. Dog food's getting scarce around here, apparently. That and pet food. Kind of worried about that. Now, where you live, it's probably, fine. Actually, I'm not worried about that. I sent Chloe out. They charged us $7 for a 3 pound bag of dog food. That's the size they had available. And no, I don't worry about worries. I don't look for them. I have my own thoughts. So I don't hunt for worries. Then again, I hear you worry about little things like your taxes and your engine oil light and engine light and this and this and this. I mean, those are your worries. But I don't hunt for worries. Well, I thought you'd be interested to know about the dog food thing. You know. Yes, I thought it was interesting. I watched it this morning before bed. That and I will. Yep. Yeah, well, so, hey, did you? Yeah, well, reminds me of Bill Engvall's. Here's your sign. Yeah, well, apparently Seth MacFarlane, who invented, I think it was Family Guy, he said he wanted to do some Star Trek, but they turned him down, so he did the Orville. But you know what? The new Star Trek shows are looking pretty good. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Seth, but I do think he's funny. Yeah, well, Canadians usually say A, just like Australians and New Zealanders say A. Hmm. Yeah, well, I'm not looking it up. But anywho, I don't look for uh, whatever it is you're saying. I get enough problems as is. You should know by with Chloe. I mean, literally on and on and on. I mean, she's walking a mile to the store today, and I had to listen to her about her politics on the radio. It's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever happens, happens. I haven't seen anything on it yet. That's the thing. They've been keeping a tight lid on it. The only thing I heard was something about the Supreme Court did something or other. That's all I know. DOJ says classified documents were likely concealed and removed. Songa's case that tried to obstruct the probe into the potential mishandling. That's what the DOJ is saying. That's the only thing. Oh, and Mikhail Gorbachev dies today. Yeah, he was a great last leader. Yeah, we all go. It's just a matter of when. You know. So the justice, yeah, I thought it was a good man too. It was like the only one that did a pizza commercial while still being president in or the former Soviet Union, and president of the USSR. I thought that was cool too. So my phone was just like, oh, who cares? It's in a snowman. I thought he did better than other people. So yeah, yeah. Yeltsin was the one that was half the time under his desk with the vodka bottle. doing sexist remarks to his women or secretaries. Well, did you know I did a research on Russia? Most Russians are drunk half the time, anyways. That's the number one killer, and that's cigarettes. Yet their health department is so up to date that they basically say that they're number one compared to us, where some of these people basically turn around and can't. Well, I would agree to a point. I mean, think of where I live. They don't care for anything. They ran a $9,000 bill for blood work. That was it. Yeah. Let me just say, I think Russian women are. So, let me just say for the record that their women are gorgeous. Well, that's the older babushkas, Poppy, the young hot ones. I should send you a picture of Mariana. Damn, she's still fine looking after all these years. They're plumpy, fat people. I know the Albanian women. Yeah, and you probably, yeah. Yeah, well, you do know age is only a number, until you get up there in age and no one wants you anyways. I mean, think of these trannies that want to pass. Oh, I knew the garbage sticking in me, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, when they're like 40 years old, people sit there and say, oh, so what got you into basically wanting to be with Tommy? And they're like, Tommy, yeah, my child had a sex change. They're all standing around going, oh, literally. I mean, they age, even with all the facial surgery, they age like an old boot anyways. Eventually, they get to the point where they don't have the looks. What are they going to be, an old babushka wearing a rag on their head? I mean, you know how it is. So I was going to tell you, I did some movie searching for you, uh, finally. Yes, and I also found some other movies that you might be of an interest to you. One is the Jarhead series. You like a good action from time to time. Most of them are free on Stars and Tubi and a couple other places. And then I know you're not interested in boxing because of Rocky, but then the other ones I was looking at were um, another good action series. I just had it off the tip of my tongue. Let me Google it real quick. I thought of you when we were talking about it. Is on HBO Max. The theme is Marines, basically. You know. Yeah, well, there's the Doom movies. Those are pretty good movies if you like Dooms. Yeah, well, I have the Doom movies. I was trying. Oh, Starship Troopers. If you haven't seen those, the Starship Troopers series is free. That's what I was gonna say. Starship Troopers. Yeah, that was on like HBO or something. Yeah, I found real people fighting bug. It's an action movie. Even as the guy that plays Doogie Howser, MD, he's in it. He's in it as a colonel, but you got these bands of guys that come in, they're Marines, and they do things. There's like 4 or 5 versions of Starship Troopers. Same with Jarheads, you know. So if Caprice was alive, she'd be 53 today, Pops. Yeah, 3 weeks after my birthday. Tyler was a week before my birthday, and then, you know, can't believe it. Mom hated August because of the birthdays. It's like, stop having kids that were born in August. And she says, I did. I got my tubes tied. Nowadays, tubes tied would be considered illegal. Well, she lived in Ohio when she had her tubes tied. Tops. Does that tell you something? Well, actually, I think she actually said her tubes are burned out with lasers. She said she made sure she had hers burned completely out. Right after having me, she said she told the doc, burn them. And the doc took her in, burned them, and she got out. She said, where's my cigarette, my cup of coffee? I got my tubes burned, and my kid sitting there crawling around, cooing in the little baby nursery pin thing. So that was it. Mom said she got made sure she didn't have any more kids. So it is what it is. But yeah, Jarheads. So tonight is what was tonight? Is that the the Ocean series on HBO? Yeah, well, I just finished watching The Robe again as well as Ben-Hur, so and then I was gonna hint at Jarheads and Starship Troopers since you do like good actions from time to time. Yeah, I would. I mean, those are just recommendations. You make the decision. I'm just basically digging up things that pop into my head as I'm playing a video game half the way through the night, and I'm going, oh, okay. By the way, Higgins emailed me this cool radio. It basically has got a flashlight. It's got a crank on it to charge its own batteries. It's got rechargeable batteries. Takes nickel. It takes AA batteries. It does AM FM radio. It's got an alarm clock. It's all this. It's very affordable. It also has 5 watts of GMRS. So one guy tested it and got 8,000 feet with one of those FRS radios. So I think if I want to get to where I want to be with Chloe with those FRS she bought, just get a 5 to 15 watt I'm already licensed with GSRM. So what I do is I get the say 15 watt, set it up, and then it will basically boost it all the way to where she's at, where I don't have to do much. And I think that would work perfectly, in my opinion. You know, and so you're right. Okay, so all right. Well, take care. I gotta have soup tonight, so that's why Chloe picked up the milk this morning and my dip. So I got like plenty of dip. So you know how it is. So, anyways, I got one thing. I got Marie Callender's TV dinners left, family size TV dinner left. I didn't have the soup last night because we didn't have enough milk. So, anyways, other than that, I got Marie Callender's and a family size left of Salisbury steaks, and payday is Thursday night. So only 2 days ago, I think we're doing quite well. So, and so what's your plan for the rest of the week? I know you. Do you still doing your Mirror Bible thing on Wednesdays? Uh-oh. Is this the one that Aaron keeps telling you with the high school with all the cute girls? Hmm? Yeah, I remember Aaron talking about that when he was alive. Bless his heart. My schedule, I would be like in between like halftime or whatever. I'd be looking for a snack, like soda and some popcorn or something. That'd be me. Yeah, well, all I know is to so your Mirror Bible thing that Thursdays you got your thing, and then Friday you're basically probably gonna have dinner with Gary again. Yeah, well. So you go there just because you like volleyball, nothing more, and because it's free. My bunny looked at me funny when you said that. He thinks you're crazy. Had to throw that in there, bun. But so yes, we know you're not crazy. Yeah, well, you know how he is. Oh well, at least she's got a summer home. Does that mean she holds dual citizenship? Uh, ah, well, Mexico you can. Yeah, yeah. All right, well, yeah. So, anyways, I figured I'd better let you go so you can do your our movie. So, okay, dokie. Well, maybe you need to see the doctor by getting one of those shots again. So many loopholes. Just still, it seems to me that just to make it to get you better, you got to go through all these things, and then they basically. I don't understand why they. I know. Yeah, I see. All right, well, so you have to be up early. A long way to go to be in pain. Just keep cheaping it up, is what I'm going to say. Oh, well, why don't you change over to naproxen or Tylenol? I mean, what's the difference between it? No, leave is naproxen. So that makes sense. Okay. Now, if they ever, what really sucks is they discontinued keto. Keto was really a badass thing. That thing deadened everything. Ketoprofen pops. There's a little of that ketoprofen, keto. Yeah, that stuff was discontinued, motherfuckers. Yeah, I know. They said it was a psychological thing where so many people got addicted to it. It's like, dude, yeah, I mean, literally, that stuff would numb your mouth. That stuff would numb your back. They just, they say, oh, well, too many people are addicted to it, and the other half the people are having heart attacks from it. It's like, you do know, like, Darvon and Darvocet was discontinued due to the fact that too many 23 to 26-year-olds were having heart attacks from it. And then the doctor, I remember the doctor the other day, he says to me, yeah, well, you can't give Darvon a Darvocet, and they're basically trying to wean people to get rid of Percocet, Percodan. I'm like, thank God I got Darvon and Darvocet that's 10 years old that's still effective in my safe. I only pop those when I really need some pain relief. Otherwise, he's like, that's a bad thing for you. It doesn't have an effectiveness. Bull crap. That still's got the effectiveness 10 years later. You just want me to throw them down the toilet because you don't want me having them. I mean, literally, it's like I got a bottle of Darvon and Darvocet that's sitting in there, and I don't take them but once every 3 or 4 years, and they're still effective. I mean, literally, I hate these doctors telling you, oh, you can't take outdated meds that's 9 months old because it's not effective, really. Yeah, right. Well, so do I. I mean, you do know the equivalent to Percocet Percodan is something called Norco. I have that too in my safe. But yeah, yeah, well, Norco, Percodan, Percocet. Yeah, well, Norco, Tramadol is one of those freaking Tramadol and Trazodone is the worst two meds you can take in the world, because remember when I was out there the last time with Aaron, that's you asked me something and I was like, oh yeah, the pharmacy over across the street from the the coffee shop, the one that what's her name ran, Common Grounds, the pharmacist. I said, I'm having ringing in my ear. She looked it up. She says, oh, it's the Trazodone and the Tramadol that can do it. I got off those as fast as possible. It's giving me severe ringing in the ear. Took me about a year to get basically better hearing after that. Yeah, well, yeah, but also, did you ever read the Trazodone side effects can cause severe ringing in the ears for long term? Yeah, well, let's just say I was hearing jackhammers in your basement, wondering if they were doing road construction. When I was there the last time with Lisa there, I heard so many jackhammers. I was like, what the hell? I'm hearing things. And Aaron says that how was Lisa, by the way? Hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, at least it's the same with what's her name. And that one he claimed was a former dude. Well, I can't even remember her name anymore because you and I basically blotted it out of our head. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aaron used to say, former dude, former dude. Uh-huh. Right, right. the one that sends the cards, right? Condolences cards, right? Because I always get cards, condolences and stuff from time to time from that type of church. So that's why I asked. So, anyways, let's get on with the movie. I gave you several. You can email me, or I can basically have a brain fart. But anyways, remember, it's Starship Troopers. I'd have to Google or. Yeah, well, the robe is free currently on that one thingy that a Raku runs. I also noticed. Yeah, well, I heard Top Gun's now free on Netflix or something. The new Top Gun movie, and another one, Collateral's free. And then just to let you know, I don't know what day it is. I'm gonna look on the calendar, but I've already made a dinner date with Moppy and I on September 8th. That's a Thursday, by the way. That I'm taking some time to watch a new movie that's just been released. So probably have problems anyways, bandwidth wise, but apparently September 8th is the grand opening where you don't have to go to a theater to watch the new Thor Love and Thunder movie. I hear it's got really great accolades, so I wanted to see it. And I'm still waiting for Bullet Train to come out. Yeah, Thor. Yeah, Thor. That Bullet Train apparently was so garbagey. People said it wasn't even worth their time. But you know what? The garbage movies look pretty damn good, anyways, from the trailer. So, you know. Okay, well, there is these movie buffs that basically, or is remember in the movie The Wizard, that one lady complaining about, we got video game monsters, we got movie monsters, we got food monsters, movie monsters. Yeah, there's monsters out there that And then there's a couple other movies coming out this coming month that looks pretty good. That's streaming soon. That's in theaters. So I'm looking forward to it. So you know, but if you haven't seen Collateral with Tom Cruise, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend. It's on Netflix. Coming out September. It's coming. It's going to be in. So. Okay, well, I've given some ideas, food for thought, so I better let you go. So, all right, love you, Dad. Take care. Bye bye. And this is why I keep my phone turned off, people. He goes on and on and on about a cancer lady that's dying. He doesn't want to forgive her, and yet he's basically being a complete cock blocker when it comes to it. Lady was downgraded to a mobile home, and all this other crap happened, and he's just like, he. Anyways, let me see what's going on. I got okay. So this one says this is a 15 watt. So the 15-watt radio will work with the current adapter. So, anyways, with that said, everyone, like I said, I need to get going. I got lots of stuff to do. But for you preppers out there, you new preppers, sorry you had to see me for 30 minutes on the phone. For you new preppers out there, let's just get down to brass tacks. So, first of all, I like these cherry ones, so let's just grab a couple cherry ones before cherry goes down the way of the dodo bird. Alright. So as you know, these are getting harder and harder to get a hold of. They're getting more and more expensive. So I like my taffy from time to time, so let's just get down to it. So, first thing for you noobs out there, if you tuned in, it's simple. Is you turn around and what you do is you prep. You prep and get your food. Your food is your main thing. I was hoping these things get softened, but best way to soften them, I think, is put them in the microwave for 5 seconds. That'd soften them up. I don't know, maybe 10. So it's one of these comfort foods I have. But anyways, first of all, what you need to do is you need to prep. All right. So for me, I'm looking at soups this coming month. Winter's coming in soon, so you might want to stockpile soups. And that's one of the first things that I want to prep with is soups. Once you decide the prep. You gotta ask yourself, what foods are you gonna get? Me? Soups. Ramen, on the other hand, too damn expensive. They're raising the price of the poor man's food, so poor man cannot survive on ramen. Now, I don't know about Gabby. I know Gabby was like, oh, I'm craving ramen. Better crave it soon, because once it's sold out, you're basically seeing the price go through the roof. All the poor man's food is going up in price. Why? Because the government wants you to work your ass off. Go back to work so you can buy food. So you're not relying on the government. And it's simple. So, without prepping, you're going to see a lot of problems happen sooner or later. And that's why you need to be prepared for the worst. I use this as a comfort food when I'm sugar's low, which my sugar is currently low. So that's why, if you need to know, why I keep my candy on hand. But for the argument's sake, candy is going through the roof. Through the roof. Candy is going to the roof, through the roof, to a point of no return. What happens? You're screwed. You're screwed to the point of no return. And because of it, you got to ask yourself, what's going to happen? Dad says, oh, well, you got to do this. Yeah. Basically, they're walking on eggshells right now. You're saying, point is, you got to ask yourself, what's going to happen in the future, right? Well, let's put it this way. Eventually, if we do get through 2022, you're going to see massive problems in 2023. Food shortages, prep for it. Power shortages, prep for it. You can say, oh, well, the power grid. Let's put it this way, okay, Sonny Jims out there listening to this channel? What if the government turns around, has to limit your power intake because there's not enough power to go around, because the Democrats want to blame the Republicans for the power grid not being upgraded because the power grid's not being upgraded. So let's put it this way. Another play on words, okay? Let's just play it by ear, okay? Well, let's just say it from this point of view. The government turns around. And all of a sudden, you hear power grids can't handle things. I rush need new computers. The government needs digital currency, but the Republicans say, oh, well, this is play on words here, okay? Or hypothetical. Republicans say, oh, no, we're not going to allow you to do this, right? But same time, well, they're not getting new computers and they're not getting new equipment that they need. SHTF is slowly happening. You can say, oh, well, how's that play out? Pay attention, because I'm going to explain it. Turns around, and all of a sudden you're watching it unfold right in front of you. You say, oh, well, I don't get it. Power grid's weak now. we keep having heat waves. I mean, think of it this way. Right now, it's supposed to be 57 to 56 here on the island. It's nearly almost 70 degrees or 72 right now for August 30th on the island. That means we're in a heat wave till tomorrow night. Which means I woke up this morning and I literally stripped my jammies, went back to sleep with just my bra and panties on. Well, actually, it's topless, sorry. Just slept with just my panties on, and that was it. And usually, I'm not sleeping naked. Or you can say, oh, well, what's that have to do with us? A lot. Old people, young people, they'll all be sleeping naked. Why? Young people, old people, middle class, they'll all be sleeping naked. Why? Because the power grid can't handle electric cars, which they're trying to keep off the market. They're trying to say the power plants are outdated and we can't handle the electric cars. We can't handle the new government computers, yada, yada, yada. Then what happens when, say, Sister Zoe, moderator Zoe, is got a letter saying she can't use her air conditioner, yet everyone else says, fuck it, air conditioner is being used. And then what happens when rolling blackouts and brownouts that can't handle the electric power grid for cars, but that means that our grid would go down, be overloaded for everyone saying, well, when the electric company is telling me we're in a drought, could be a year, could be 7 years, could be 10 years, that they're going to use every air conditioner under the sun. They'll buy portable air conditioners, drain the system to the point where the system will crack. More high-powered days of heat, the more the air conditioner is used, the more the electricity spent, and then you sit there and say, well, I use my electricity sparingly, and you get a bill for $600, and you say, why did I use it sparingly? They go, oh, well, you're paying for everyone else. Think of it. While you sit there and you think your electricity bill's fine, the truth is it isn't fine when they jack the bill up to no end because you, the American people, got screwed. Think about it. You wake up in the morning, you get out of bed, you smile, and all of a sudden, as you're getting out of bed, you get your bill. And your bill's $292, $657, whatever. You think to yourself, why? And they say, oh, well, because we're in a shortage of electricity, so we had to raise your rates. They raised your rates because every damn Tom, Dick, and Harry used the air conditioner, which, let's just say you're not allowed to have an air conditioner where you live. But portable air conditioners drain the system, which means you got to pay for their mistake. You see, the government is using the same tactics. They sit there, and if they don't say anything, when the grid goes down all over the country because of the heat wave, Democrats will say Republicans don't want to do anything. They don't want to support new power grids for cars, computers, infrastructure, nothing. Oh, who's going to blame? So, Democrats are loud. I'm going to blame the Republicans. Eventually, the people are going to say enough's enough of these brownouts. They can't use the internet. The cell towers are starting to go out because there's not enough power. Eventually, the people will easily vote and blame the Republicans. It's basically a deadly game, a blame game. That's where I'm getting at. So, when American people get blamed, and then the Republicans say, well, just raise the rates on everyone. Either they go back to work where Grandma Jones on Social Security gets to suffer paying everyone else's bill, including her own, because we can't maintain the power grid because the power grid is too weak. See where we're going with this story? This story is simple. Zoe loves my stories. This story is simple. They're going to blame everyone else for the next 20 to 40 or even 50 years. The Republicans or Democrats. Republicans or Democrats. Thing is you need to basically prepare for this crap that's coming down the pipe. Think of it this way. Democrats win, more likely civil war. Republicans win, more likely civil war. People say the Democrats want communism. Well, maybe. Or socialism. We're already going down that path. Think of it. People, pandemic, we'll just give you guys all free money. And then someone said to me, well, what's my IQ? Higher than yours, Sonny Jim. Higher than yours. Fortunately, American people need to realize they're a pawn. Look at it. As I said many times over, the Democrats and the Republicans are duking it out this election. It's a big election cycle. Some say the inflation's going to do it. Let's just talk about inflation for a minute. You see, Biden passes this bill. Everyone pats Biden on the back and says, good work, old man. But deep down, they don't know the ramifications of it. And yet, they're still patting him up. But people are sitting there, oh, prices are gone down, gas is gone. That's because no one's buying. Prices are going down on items. Well, let's see. Well, let's basically say, from a prepper's point of view here at San Juan Island, prepper, what happens if no one can buy anything? The supply and demand go down. Yeah, supply and demand goes way down. What happens if you wake up one morning and you find out that gas is $2 a gallon? No one can afford even $2 a gallon. You see, people are bitching about, oh, the price of gas, but has anyone ever seen them bitch about the price of food? No. And if they can't use that, what are they going to do? You see, most of these big conglomerate corporations are run by Republicans, so they can just raise the prices and say, see, you're basically, you need to vote the Democrats out. But it's all a deadly game of blame who. I blame both parties because they're playing dirty. Each party's playing dirty. What happened to the old American days where they basically sat there, came across the aisle and said, we can fix this? No, they want total dominance and total control. And in the end, this country could end up with a one-party dictatorship. Well, I don't want that, but I'm blaming both parties for it. Always have. People used to come across the aisle. Now they want to point fingers. Think of it this way. I don't believe any of them. You see, they say, oh, the deep state is the Democrats. Well, that is, and show me proof. Because frankly, I'm tired of fucking proof. That's not coming in the form of it. Oh, well, the proof's you got to watch Fox. I don't watch any of that crap hole news. Hell, I don't even watch what Dad watches. Because I believe his news is garbage, too. So, bottom line, prep like your life depends on it. Because we're not out of the woods yet. Each party is going to be blaming the other. If we don't have civil war from either party and they accept whoever controls the Senate and the House, then you can claim it's a good day. Because nothing happened. But then you got to wait and see what happens, You see, truth in the pudding. The Americans need to realize And all these people are like, well, we got to do this, we got to do this. Prep. That's all you got to do. Stay out of the political limelight of who did what, why, when, or where. Okay. Well, you're the one at fault then for getting your nose into something you're not supposed to. Oh, well, the election was stolen. Don't care. What I care for is you to survive. Because if you think you own a gun and you can go kill someone else with their food, then basically your mentality is lawlessness. The rest of you out there, you preppers, start stockpiling whatever you need. Food, ammunition, clothing. Make sure you're well defended against these people who think they can just basically mow you down because you got the food. And they're more interested in civil war and taking food from people. You see, all these deep staters have their own opinions why they don't want to be sued, right? Lady's already looking to be sued for basically turning my computer off. I'm talking about the EMS lady. So you don't fucking touch my computer. And you don't touch my computer. My computer, my rules. Touch my computer, you get sued. Lawyers are already filing a motion for it. Why? Because they touch my computer. You don't touch my computer. You're not in charge of my household. I am. Me and Chloe are in charge of this household. Not the EMS lady who doesn't pay the bills. I'm not a child. And I'm not going to be treated like a child. There we go. So, bottom line, people, it's simple. Prep like your life depends on it. Use YouTube for your reviews you need. Think about it. You use YouTube, you do good. You don't do YouTube, you do terrible. Free booze. Actually, it's not free. Zoe had to pay for it. But because Zoe supplied me the drink, I decided to, But you need to prep like your life depends on it, all right? Pricing's going up. Unless they can secure pricing, remember what I said, the next 70 days until the election are going to be rocky. You need to prepare now, just in case. What if you don't do it? No skin off my nose. So, because it's almost 2 hours, no comments, Gabby gone, I am going to go and log off. I got to keep this place cool anyways, till at least midnight, 1 o'clock, whenever it gets too cold. But Chloe's going to make soup for me, hopefully. And in the meantime, I want you guys to prep like your life depends on it. So, prep like your life depends on it. And remember, we ain't out of the woods. If you think the government's just going to keep rubber stamping you for food stamps and you go and spend whatever you want, you see, the people with the food stamps think because they have food stamps, they don't have to freaking buy groceries. They have the government bail them out. While they go and they buy their drugs, their alcohol, their pot, their cigarettes, whatever else they want. They use the food stamps for their own benefit and they don't think of anything but themselves. And then when the government shits on them, then they're going to go and harm you, more likely, for your food. So that's when you lock and load and you take care of it, which I don't condone violence. What I condone is no violence. What I don't condone is violence. I condone many things, but violence isn't the answer. But it's your food and theirs, and you got food and they don't, it's your survival. You should know it. Think about it. It's the mindset you need to be in. So, and to Gabby, if you're still watching this, I do crave ramen from time to time too. I could eat a bowl of ramen tonight. I'd be happy for dinner. I could eat 2 bowls of ramen and I'd be happy tonight. And just to let you guys know, he's too adorable. Hey, baby. That's what I call baby. Baby. Hey, baby. Baby. He's so tiny, you know. He's so loving. All right, so you guys got my email address. Use it if you wish. I'm going to go game for the rest of the night. I will tell you before I go the radio surprise, okay? You guys have been asking me about the radio support, okay? I got radios. I need to check on something real quick on YouTube because, as you know, when my dinner is done, Chloe and I are going to be spending a lot of time watching reviews. But before I go into review mode, I need to go to my watch later mode because the damn thing is screwed up, apparently. Actually, I should check my history. So basically, if and when it loads, you know what? This might be interesting. I'll put this under my watch later thing, you know. Save to watch later, you know. Okay, so what I want to do is go to history. Then I want to go and check these out. Okay, so apparently Higgins and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reviews to go over tonight. Well, I do. Higgins already emailed it to me. That's why I keep talking about gift cards for him. He keeps sending me the stuff. I got to send him a unit in list tomorrow. One list at a time, you know, but we're getting there for you guys. So basically, before I go, it goes like this, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get some new 5-watt plus radios. We're going to pair them up with these. These are, see if they work. If they do, good. If not, we're going to get some higher power GSRM handhelds, and we're going to see if those work again. If they don't work, then we're not giving up. What we're going to do is we're going to increase the wattage with the headphones. You can sit there and say, well, I don't get it. Well, let me just tell you what our plan is, okay, before you sit there and say, I don't get it. It goes like this. You see, you sit there and say, I don't get it, right? 5 watts ain't powerful enough. Now, what we're going to do is increase the radio. For October's experiment, we will go to 15 watts. All right, 15 watters. And if 15 watts work, then we stay with 15 watts. It comes with a free antenna. So there you go. You see, basically what you do is you just use 15 watts, and that works perfectly. Now, if you want to go higher than 15 watts and it's still problematic picking it up, we will increase it to 40 watts. Now, you can sit there and say, well, what if it doesn't work at 40? We'll increase it to 50. But the last 50 ones is the ones that we really need to make sure. So, thing is on an island, you got to make sure you get everything perfect. So, the bottom line is that's why we're doing what we're doing. So before you sit there and say, oh, well, you know, that's a waste of money. It isn't a waste of money if you get communications properly, and that this is why we're doing it. Now, I don't see any of you guys who come to my channel, love my videos, sometimes send me gifts, like Zoe sent me liquor. You can't, guys, basically contribute, you know, because these videos do drain me. Why do you think I spend most of my time on other things? But anyways, I'm not asking for a handout. What I'm saying is, logically, if you want me to test radios that I have to buy myself, you could always donate, so I can go straight to the radios. Now, if you don't want me testing radios, you want to test the stove or a water filtration system or whatever, just you can donate too. Otherwise, everything comes out of my money being poor. But even being poor, I'm not going to die. So, with that said, everyone, I'm done. It's been too long today. Short video, not longer than less than 4 hours. That's pretty good. Less than 3 is really good. Less than 2 is really good. You guys get the idea, right? Keep prepping. Remember, use YouTube for all your review needs. If you want something and you want to review it, go to YouTube, review it first before you go and plunk the money down for your prepping tools you need, whether it be prepping tools, whether it's prepping tools, whether it's non-prepping tools, whether it's essential, whether it's not essential. I mean, literally. Because that's how you're going to know so much in the future. Hey, little chiller. Yeah, Fanny would say, the little chiller bunny. He's so chill, isn't he? So prep like your life depends on it. Right, Ebo? Ebo's short for Ebony. Look how adorable he is. Look how small he is. See? This is one of those guys that you just don't want to make a meal out of because, frankly, he's not there for your food. I would never eat my little buddy. Hey, I want to say to all of you, keep prepping like your life depends on it. And remember, use YouTube as much as possible. You can actually save. Let me just tell you one of the last YouTube tips before I leave. You can literally save hundreds of dollars by skipping your premium channels that you stream for YouTube. I mean, literally, you might get commercials, right? Unless you pay for commercial free, which I don't know what Zoe pays, right? But in the end, what do you get out of it? I'll tell you what you get out of it. I'll tell you what you get out of it. You get a legendary YouTube channel. Perfect. You pay premium, you get no commercials. You don't pay premium, you still get commercials, but everything you do is literally free. You basically save $100, $150 by utilizing everything for your prepping needs. If you want to just go straight to prepping all the time, you want to know radio reviews, water reviews, use YouTube. Spend all the time on YouTube. That saves you. When you get all your prepping done, you're like, oh, I don't know what else to watch. I got all my prepping done. Then tune into some people that you think might be entertaining or educational for you. I mean, you'll find a lot of stuff on YouTube for free. That's one of the big tips I want to tell you is YouTube will be your best friend for prepping. That said, everyone, I'm done. I'm out. Hope you've had a great lesson today. Please feel free to yell at me for the 30-minute gap because my father-in-law called. He never called. And then he never takes my advice anyway. Oh, I look for worry. No, I don't. He worries. We all have worries to a point. So, for the rest of you out there, keep prepping. Please unsubscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback. Suggestion at the like, subscribe button so it's fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. The bell notification for new content every day. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to leave comments nice is all we ask. And prep like your life depends on it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. God bless you, and God bless you in everything you do. Thank you, and good night.